This new album is what I'm calling my first acoustic album. But if you didn't hear me say that, you probably wouldn't notice, because the record still packs a punch, and it's still got a lot of really beautiful elements to it that fill up the sound. But I was careful not to overdo it with too many electronics or electrified instruments. And what really sets this album apart from others is how I was able to record the album with 4 astonishing musicians. They go by the name Raining Jane. They're 4 incredible women. They've been independent for the last 14, 15 years, self-managed, self-released. And I teamed up with them about 7 years ago just as writing partners. And last summer when we were diving into this album project, we decided we would do it together. So sonically, my backing band on this album are 4 incredible women. Their approach to music and their voices definitely bring a tenderness and a sentiment to this record that some of my other records don't have. But yet, it's, like I said, it still delivers, it still packs a punch. There's a groove on this album laid down by my percussionist Mona Tavakoli that is just unreal, like it's infectious. And the women bring new elements to my sound, like cello and sitar and ukuleles and smaller stringed instruments that really brighten up and give it an eclectic sound. The themes on the album are very much the same themes as I've always written about: optimism, hope, love, joy, healing, faith, acceptance, gratitude. And this is a conscious decision because I always feel like a song, it should be an affirmation of some kind. It should get you through the present moment and into a more loving or realized future. And so we can create our future right where we're standing right now. And so there's medicine in the music of this album. Interestingly, I wrote Love Someone with my colleagues, Raining Jane, and we were on a walk down a dirt road in Louisa, Virginia with a small herd of goats. And the song was, I make up that the song was really about us singing it to each other, because we're very, very honored to be in this situation where we're a family of musicians writing and performing together now. We all grabbed an instrument and we're walking down the road and just kind of making things up. And that's really what songwriting is. It's taking risks, it's just making things up and seeing what sticks. And we're all fascinated with love, and we're all believers in love as being of service to others. And so I think we were exploring that collectively and singing the song to each other. The 5 of us have a genuine love for each other. And we stepped back from the song. It didn't sound to us that there was a real specific person-to-person sound. It was just more of a observation of how wonderful love is. When you give it away, it comes back to you immediately. You know, how it really is what gives us life. This album, for me, a song like Love Someone, which begins with a meditation called Rise, and the album ends with a song called Shine, which is very much about you know, just really giving your love and your light to others and shining your love on them so that they too can have a bright and illuminated life. This album is bookended with who I am today and where I might be going. It's easier to write about love, and that's even if there's heartbreak, especially if there's heartbreak, because I feel like I was writing about love long before I understood what it was, but by writing about it or seeking it, I believe it was an opportunity for me to explore it and dive into it and become love. That could be related to, you know, my parents having divorced as a kid. I remember being really young and saying, when I get married, I'm never going to get divorced. So I always had this idea that love was this really strong thing, and I really needed to find exactly what it was. And sometimes I thought I had it, and then I'd actually end up screwing somebody over and realize, oh, that's not it, you know. But then that would cause me to then go inward and forgive myself and forgive the situation and accept the situation. And the more I became I guess, present to my mistakes and accepting to my strange life, the more I would understand love. And so anyway, I would always use songs as a way to come back to that. And plus, music for me has always been my first love. It's always been a way for me to shut down the rest of the world, shut down the mental chatter, and really connect with one voice. I think I've just wanted others to have that same experience where they lose the mental chatter and they just feel loved.